Potting mix, gravel, pebbles. Dead sexy, right? Charlie's dishing the dirt on what you need.
You've got to get it right.
Your kids will think you're old school cool if you build this. Can you make beautiful things out of a drop sheet? Tara thinks you can.
I want to show you how to make your own.
So I thought it was about time that I dished the dirt. And potting mix and mulch and pebbles and all that sort of stuff.
Don't stop thinking.
So you arrive at a landscape yard and it can be quite confronting. There's rows and rows of different things. We've got sandstone, we've got bush rock, we've got mulch, garden edging, and there's even these fantastic feature rocks. I can imagine this in a native garden. You'd probably bury it up to here to make it look natural. It's great, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Where does it all start? With the soil, of course. Getting the right soil for your garden is the most important thing you can do for your plants. This is where they're going to get all their water and nutrients from, so you've got to get it right. Let's take a look at these 4 piles. When you first look at them, they look exactly the same, but they're far from it. This one is a great fail-safe for most garden plants. This will work for anything but natives. It's just a general garden mix. It's nice and free draining, but it's got lots of organic matter in it. You can do better than that though. So this one is a premium garden mix, and you can tell that because it's got a little bit more aggregate in it, which means it's more free draining. It's a slightly lower pH, so you can grow a lot more exotic plants like azaleas and rhododendrons in there. This one looks completely different to me. This has got a lot more sand in it, a lot more fine aggregate, and this is a planter box mix. Exactly what it says it's going to do, works in a planter box. It's a combination of soil and potting mix. This one here looks like it's got a lot more organic matter in it. These fine strands of old bits of timber. This one is a native mix, so this is low in phosphorus, so it's perfect for all those sensitive natives. And these 2 piles here are some of the many specialty mixes that these guys make. This one is for green roof installation. You know those fancy houses that you see with lovely flowing gardens over the top? Well, this is the soil they use. There's a lot of aggregate in it. There's not much compost, so it doesn't break down, but it's got lots of stuff like zeolite and also lots of water-saving crystals in here as well. If you're a soil nut, this will float your boat. What you and I need to know is what to plant in it, which is basically cacti and succulents. Now, this stuff is really incredible. This is wicking bed mix for raised veggie patches. So this defies gravity. You put this in a raised veggie patch, it will suck water from the bottom and give it to the roots of your plants, but it never gets too wet that it bogs it down. I mean, there really is a science in all this soil, and it's always evolving, so you want to trust someone who's been doing it for over 50 years. You'll hear us gardeners banging on about the importance of mulch all the time, and it is really important for your garden. It helps to slow water into the soil, can prevent erosion, it'll lock moisture into the soil, and it suppresses weeds and makes your garden look good too. And as you can see, there's a mulch for every single garden, even the most designer-edged ones. I'd use this coarse mix. It's perfect for under trees. Might not suit all your garden though. You might want to go for something a little bit finer, like this coarse wood chip here. I like the really fine stuff, like this forest fines. I think it gives a nice finesse to a garden bed, but being finer, it is going to break down much quicker, but that's a good thing because it also helps keep feeding. This one I use a lot. This is Drought Master. It's a combination of the forest fines and some compost, so you get all the benefits of the mulch and the compost together. A good landscape yard should be more than just soil and mulch. It should be about the decorative finishes that give your garden a designer touch. Take this, for example. Now, I use this all the time. It's called crushed granite. Now, you can use this as a mulch because it allows water through, and it's perfect for arid-style gardens. You can also put some cement in, which stabilizes it, and it's great for a path or a driveway. Another thing that's also good for a path is pebbles. You can get them in all sorts of colors, but if you're choosing them for a path, go for something with a rounded edge, in case you're walking around barefoot, and something smaller is much easier to walk on. If you're using gravel for mulch in a garden bed, you could use something a bit more angular, a bit more striking like this. But remember, it's not going to break down because it's not organic, so you're going to have to add some additional food to help your plants along. With all that in mind, it is the first week of spring, so it's about time you got out into the garden.
Father's Day this weekend, rather than putting my feet up and getting showered with gifts, that can happen a little later, I'm going to make a fun little project that even the kids can help me out with. It's an old school pencil box, and it's going to be a lot better than this one here that my 2 girls use, and they'll be able to personalise it. After all, the greatest gift is spending some quality time with the little ones. For the base and lid, I'm going to be using some 7mm ply. And for that, I need to create some rebates in the box. And that will allow my base to sit flat and my lid to slide in and out. A rebate is basically just creating a channel. And to do that, I'm using my router. Now, if you don't have a router, you can use a circular saw with a guide on it to get the same effect. So we can see this top one will be for the lid. That allows it to slide in and out. And this bottom one, that makes the base nice and flush. With the rebates complete, the next step is to use my drop saw set on a 45-degree angle to cut 4 pieces, 300mm long point to long point. And to know that you're cutting your angles the right way, the short point is always on the rebate side, which will be the inside of the box. If you don't have a drop saw, you can get the same result using a miter box and a hand saw. With our pieces cut, we're ready to turn this into a box. For that, I'm going to be gluing it together and using masking tape to hold it until it dries.
I wanna crash and burn. Hey boy, yeah, there's no point to ask. Oh hey boy.
And you can see with the masking tape how it all just folds together. And you'll see that I've stepped this bit down, and you'll find out why I did that a little later. Now, because we're going to have our 7mm ply sliding in and out of these rebates, you just want to make sure that you clean out any glue in there before it dries. Now, to give it extra strength, once I've stuck this together, I'm also going to be putting these straps over it to make sure that these 45s really grab. With the box dry, I'm ready to strip the strapping off and get on to putting on the base and the lid. For that, I've just cut up this 7mm ply. Now, for the base, you want it to be a nice, snug fit. And I'm just going to be using some glue and these little brad nails. And with the glue, you don't want to put too much on, otherwise when you put that base in, it's just going to squirt everywhere. But anything that does come out at the bottom, you can flip it over and just use a damp rag to clean it up. And when you're using little brads like these ones, you might have big fat hands like me. So an easy way to deal with them is just get some masking tape, stick the brad through that, hold on to the masking tape and nail it in. Makes it a lot easier. Remember this little step down? The reason why I did that is because the offcut becomes the handle for our lid. So it will sit on it like so and allow us to open and close the lid. To attach it, it's exactly the same process as the base, just some glue and the small little brad nails. Smooth as. Now, there's only one thing left to do, and that is to decorate this box. And that's where the fun part begins, because you can personalise it. Me, I'm going to get my 2 girls and see what they come up with. This should be interesting. Arabella, Ruby, come on. Hello. Look what we've got here, girls. We've got some new pencil boxes. What do you think? Yeah. Do you want to come and sit down and decorate them? Okay, come on. Where are we going to start? So see, the way it works, girls, see how the lid, this is the lid, and it slides in and out.
I'm going to use these.
You want to use the diamonds?
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah?
These look like diamonds. No, that's
Do you want it here, Ruth?
sticky part. Yeah. Get off me.
Squeeze. Yeah, baby. Cool, do you want a brag? I think this is going to take longer to decorate than to build, but we're getting there. What's next, Rubes?
Cheese.
Give me a kiss. Mwah. You gorgeous little girl.
If you grew up on a farm, you probably recognise these. They're wheat bags or grain sacks. Now what would happen is the farmer would fill them with grain and send them off to the mill, and usually they would have markings and possibly even a date. So if you want to get the look easily, I want to show you how to make something that looks very similar to this from drop sheets. And while we're at it, we'll make a market shopping bag as well. If you've never had a go at sewing a cushion cover before, this is a really easy style because basically you don't need any zips or fancy seams. So it's just a long length of fabric, and I'll show you here how it's kind of going to work. You just fold that back, and then that little piece at the top will go over, kind of like an envelope. It's a little pouch for the insert to go in. So to make the fancy stripes, you'll need some masking tape. You can buy it in different widths. If you look around the craft shops, you'll see your standard size, slightly thinner, and also a middle. I'm going to the skinny stripe on one side, doing the same on the other, and then a double width of the wider masking tape on either side. Basically what I'm doing is I'm working to the width of the roller, that way you won't have any paint bleed onto the rest of the fabric. With the masking done, you can now see that I'll have 4 skinny stripes, but if you want a wider stripe in the middle, it's easy, just peel away that section, and then you can see I'll have skinny, wide, skinny. Now for the paint. Buying specialist fabric paints can be expensive, but if you've already got some craft paints like these, all you need to do is buy a textile medium and mix it in 1:1, and that turns it into fabric paint. So pretty much you can use what you've already got, and this can be heat set and it's durable. Now I tend to start about 1/3 of the way in and just press firmly, and then you can work back towards the edge. So once you finish painting, I always find it less messy if you leave it to dry before you take off your masking tape stripes to reveal your gorgeous artwork. So good. Now when you've finished taking off all of the stripes, what you can do is grab an iron and just run it over it on a medium setting just for a couple of minutes. What that will do, it will fix the colour into the fabric so it'll become washable and durable. Most of us don't have an overlocker, so the way to stop the fabric from fraying around the edges is to just run around first of all with a zigzag stitch. Make sure it's nice and wide, and that just kind of reinforces that fraying edge and just makes your pillowcase nice and strong. With the overlocking done, now what I'm doing is just hemming the ends, and that simply is a fold over and a straight stitch across. Then a stitch down either side of the cushion, so now you just turn it back out the right way. Your cushion cover is complete. I love these cushion covers, no zips. So once you've mastered the art of simple cushions, making a flat-bottomed market bag like this is easy. Let me show you how. So I've already painted the stripes onto my fabric in this beautiful vibrant red, also very traditional with grain sack cloth. I've zigzagged it on either side to reinforce the seam, and now it's just a straight stitch on either side. Now here's the secret to getting a flat bottom, and trust me, it's not Pilates in this case. So just lay it flat, and you can see this triangle at the bottom, stitch across on either side, and that is what forms the base. Sewing those 2 little triangles is such a clever trick because when you turn it back out the right way, have a look what happens. They just form this neat little, almost like a box corner, which is fantastic. It looks so good with the stripe. It goes all the way around. Happy with that? So that's the base of the bag. Now for the handles, you can just take spare strips of fabric and just sew them together. That reinforces them. You can make them long or short, it's up to you. And to make the top of the bag a little stronger, what I've got here are some pieces that are the same width. So basically they get sewn on with the handle in between and then flipped back up and over. Okay, so everything's pinned together, ready to sew. So now for the big reveal. So with that collar, just flip it inside and you can see your very smart new bag is almost complete. Just one final seam to go. we go, job done. It's in the bag. Classic stripes, so smart and so stylish in so many situations. And of course, if all of that sewing is far too much for you, have a go at these no-sew runners and coasters. Just rectangles and squares cut out of the fabric and just frayed around the edges. So many possibilities from the good old cotton drop sheet.
You know, I love doing house calls. It's an opportunity to meet real gardeners with real problems. Now, Rose has contacted us with a few dramas about her rose bush, her herbs, and her lawns. Let's see if we can help her out. I can also see she's a great collector of pots. Good morning, Rose. How are you? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
What a great collection of plants you've got here. Look at they coming into flower. How long have you been collecting these beautiful pots?
Since moving from Dural to here.
Right. Beautiful little place, but you've really greened it up.
Most of them are propagated, you see.
You propagated them yourself?
Yeah, this is the first one.
These are great.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, when they come into flower, if you have them at the front door,
Yeah, there is.
they bring money.
Yeah. That's why I got some more.
Yeah, you've got a lot of them here waiting for the lottery arrival. That's fantastic. I like
and
it.
I mixed them with the other money plant, the jade plant.
And the jade plant. These are great. Now, you've got mother-in-law's tongue, you've got lots of different plants. So you've propagated all of these.
Yeah, but I wanted to put some more at the top, but I cannot reach to water them.
You need a ladder and you don't want to get up ladders. That's fantastic. And you've got some cacti as well, I noticed.
Yeah, I don't know how to transfer it to a big pot because it's too spiky.
I'd say you move it with a great deal of care.
I know.
Maybe some bubble wrap around it so that you don't get thorns in your hands. Now, I can't believe, with all your green thumbery happening here...
But the back is my problem.
Oh, so the back's the problem, is it?
Yeah.
Can we go and have a look?
Yeah, sure.
OK. Let's see if we can solve that for you. Ah, your patches everywhere. So what happened here, Rose?
I dug out the weeds.
You dug out the weeds. Well, that was a good
Ridiculous.
thing. Well, weeds are opportunistic. If there's a gap in the lawn, they'll come in straight away. Now, without using any chemicals, but the best thing is your lawn needs a really good feed, and I've got just the thing in the boot of my car, OK?
Yeah, OK, thank you.
You know, the problem with most lawns is that they're not fed enough. Sudden impact for lawns is really the way to go. 4 times a year, every season. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and all the trace elements that really gives your grass great growth. And it's not only just the green leaves, it's the roots that you've got to feed. And basically, it's just like feeding the chooks. If you're using a lawnmower that doesn't have a grass catcher, the thatch builds up, and that's when you get disease into your lawn. To break down that thatch, the end case is brilliant, which is a biological stimulant to give you stronger grass. Right, OK, now when you put the last lot of fertiliser down, if there's rain coming, perfect, that's the time to feed. But with these clear blue skies, I'm going to have to water it straight away. After fertilising your lawn, leave it for a couple of hours before walking on it. Now, what's the problem that you're having with this rose?
It's gone so tall. I need a ladder.
This is the only last remaining soul that you've got for a vase, and you've missed all those other ones. So how long has it been in the ground?
About 4 years.
About 4 years. It's done very well, but it hasn't been pruned for a long time. Now's the time to do it. I've got to tell you, I'm going to give it a fairly hard chop to get it down here so that you can have all the roses at arm's reach. I don't want you having a heart attack, so I want you to sit over here. You have a sit there. And you can just cover your face at any stage. Okay? Because it's going to be a bit drastic. Right, this is my first rose pruning of the year. I can't wait. But by golly, it's a bit of a mystery in there. Crossing branches, they're the first ones to come out. Any old diseased wood, that's got to come out. It's got to be reduced by about 2/3. Better remove this little flower here. before we lose that altogether.
Oh, thank you.
The last rose of the season.
Thank you.
Rose. Now, there's the bud. We want to keep that bud there, so I'll cut just above it at an angle. That fellow there. We'll put them straight in the bin because there's a bit of disease on some of them.
It's gone. Oh, it's gone very bald.
Gone bald. The great thing
It's
about
bald.
roses, I'll give it a bit of a feed in a moment, because if you feed them after pruning, it does need to be sprayed with lime sulphur too. That'll kill off any bugs. It's a beautiful standard rose. It's a great plant. It's good and strong and healthy now. And now you'll be able to enjoy the flowers at your height. and you can cut them. Is that good?
Yeah, that's very
Good deal?
good.
Promise?
Good, thank you. Yeah,
promise.
promise.
Well, that one's solved. Now, the next one. Your herb garden, is this it here?
Yes, yes, yes.
So what's happening? What's the problem here?
Well, the mint is taking over my time, and then the basil is...
It just takes over. I think we've got a solution here, and it's to take these bricks out and put in a whole new garden bed.
Okay.
But we might need to be able to screen this off a little bit and plant some passion fruit or some climbers. A
Thank
little
you.
mini makeover.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
you just leave
Thank
me.
you.
I've got some help here. We'll get rid of these bricks.
Every time we touch, feels so good, yeah. I don't wanna stop.
What we'll do with the mint is, because it's not only invasive in this garden bed, the new one we're putting in, it'll be invasive in there as well. So I think both mints we'll put into pots, keep them isolated so they're available for Rose's cooking. The time, we'll save it and replace all the others with some beautiful fresh new plants. Right. Okay. It's worth having just a little bit of an edge, a few centimetres into the ground, into the grass, and it just reduces the chance of the grass invading later. But because we had a lot of mint, and I told you how invasive it is, we're going to put some gravel in the bottom, some geotech fabric on top of that, just a few centimetres, and that'll make sure that there isn't any invasion later on. Then we'll add heaps of potting mix into this garden bed here, and our little frames at the back, so that we can grow our climbers and cover up the water tank. These are Harden Burgess, beautiful spring flowers, and they're good ground covers, but they're also excellent climbers. Push those through, the sun will bring them forward. Now, we better return a piece of that old thyme of yours, because it's got a nice little set of roots on it. And we'll just have it spilling over the edge there, so that it'll have plenty of room. English spinach, chives, parsley. I just can't believe it. Strawberries, even some lettuce. A wonderful collection to be able to plant out and harvest. Put in some sorrel. It's a great crop and it lasts for years. And finally, a little bit of sugarcane mulch. Keeps the moisture in. What a beauty. It's going to be fantastic. It'll give you all the herbs you ever need.
I love making salad.
You love making salad?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what,
Thank
I've loved salad since I was a kid, but now you've got
Yeah,
more herbs and salad vegetables to select
good.
from. You won't have to go to the shops at all. You just enjoy it. That's what we like to do.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's our pleasure.
The mid North Coast has got some fantastic scenery, and the dogs love travelling with you in the car because they can see and smell things around the area too. But you know, most dogs love the car, but not my next patient, Roger the Beagle. He's 10 years old and he belongs to Anne and Daryl. And when he gets in the car, he really bungs on an act. And that's why I'm here, to try and... Well, good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Harry.
Are you
We're
about to go
great.
for a walk with your mum and dad, are you? Roger?
Yes, he
I
is.
thought he was 10 years old. He's about 2 or 3.
Oh, I know. He looks good.
I love your garden.
Oh, thank
I
you.
walked in at all these bulbs and old world roses, and then I look at this conundrum.
Oh, that's through our caravan that's coming. We'd like to go on a few trips and occasionally take Roger, but, you know,
You don't like the car?
no.
Roger might be on his best behaviour now, but his car tantrums have been captured on video. So what I need to do is find out why the car upsets Roger and what makes him tick.
Oh, Roger's going to have a swim.
It's swim time.
Really? There's nothing that this dog doesn't get up to. You know, I can see over there you've got veggies as well, so it's not just an ornamental garden, it's a
No.
productive garden.
Espaliered fruit trees, which Roger loves. He loves that fruit.
What else does Roger eat?
Anything that he could possibly find, he will eat.
So if you ever lose Roger, I take it the local vet in the area will probably go broke, am I right?
That's right. That's right. We'll stop getting Christmas cards from that vet.
Maybe this whole behaviour pattern in the car is associated with the fact that every time you put him in the car, he's going to the vets.
That's right. And we'd like to break that cycle by taking him somewhere nice, like the beach, but he couldn't stand it all that way in the car, so...
Oh, well, we'll get round to that, but I need to have a look at your veggies and just see what he gets stuck into. Let me in. I just need to see if there's any food left. And this is normal stuff, particularly for a dog like a beagle, who's very nose dependent. The whole point for me is that I don't mind it, so long as he doesn't eat anything that's toxic. Worst thing are things like peach stones. Some of those, the stones themselves, are toxic, but often they cause an obstruction. Things like grapes, highly toxic to dogs. Any members of the onion family aren't really good for them.
We do it for the
Well, I'll be damned. I thought he was eating horse manure.
Skin and all.
You're not going to have to take him to the vet because he's eaten some pumpkin. Right. So what is it in the way of ingested food material that makes you take him to the vet?
Well, Roger has eaten pegs, that's one of his favourite things, and shoes. He'll just completely clean up a shoe, and he's taken a little bite out of the shoe I've got on now. He likes those tubs with handles on it. He eats the handles off. He chews up his bed. He's had 3 beds. Oh, and he's eaten a full packet of Sultana brand and a kilo of dried dog food, followed by lots of water, which made his stomach swell.
All of these things that he's eating, most dogs stop doing that at the age of 2 or 2.5. Roger's never really grown up, has he?
No, no.
And he's not secretive about it. He does it out in the open.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
So what you've done, locking him up, denying access to all of these things, as you said, treating him like a toddler, are basically what you have to do. So back to how to make travelling with Roger a pleasure, not a problem. A few exciting trips other than to the vet will help. And I'm suggesting 2 alternatives for the car ride. He goes in a crate, which you restrain in the back, or he goes behind the passenger seat on that floor well situation so he can't jump up on the seat. I'll get him used to the well behind the seat with a little short chain, and we can go from there. So this is now set at minimum length. We can give him a bit more if he needs it. Leave him there for a moment and shut the door. OK?
Perfect. Thank you, Dr. Harry.
Close to. I think this will work well for you. Your safety and the safety of the dog are both important to me. We've restrained him. I believe you're not going to have the noise problem you had before. He's going to travel a lot better in that spot. He's a really smart beagle. A really smart beagle, and it's been a pleasure to meet you both and also to work with such a lovely dog. And I've learned one thing today. If I eat enough pumpkin, I'm probably going to be as smart as your beagle. See you both later.
Thanks, Dr. Harry.
Bye, Dr. Harry.